beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. Funny thing is, I've seen this
haven't missed the
3
sorting
times now,
ceremony.
and it still looks so good every time.
I'm no expert, but that seems more appropriate. Now, I need to study this locket as soon as I can, but first I must contact the Ministry. They need to know what happened to George and be warned of Ranrock. For the moment, I ask that you keep all that's happened this evening between you and me.
Of course, sir.
Thank you. Ready for the sorting ceremony?
Cool.
Phineas, Nigellus, Black.
This room here was the only room that I was a little
Prepare
disappointed
yourself
in.
to meet the
Felt like it
headmaster.
needed to be longer.
Fig, nice of you to join us. The sorting ceremony's over.
There were complications.
Complications?
They made the
It
Great
seems
Hall
the
too
goblin
short.
problem
Enough. Goblins. I've no time for rumors, Fig, and I'm rapidly losing whatever patience I had left.
Of course,
If you're
maybe
lucky,
it's one of those
we
things
might
that
still be able to get you sorted this
it
evening.
expands as needed, depending on how many students are going to be in there, I
I'll
guess.
be in touch.
Kind of like what their tents and stuff do. Yeah, that you can tell that needs to be probably 3 times as long.
Professor Weasley, we've one more to be sorted.
Welcome. You're just in time. Have a seat.
Ah, yes. A bit older than the others, aren't you? You come here with preferences and preconceptions. Certain expectations.
What else that? Didn't figure out what else was.
I'm looking forward to meeting my professors and learning all I can at Hogwarts.
Indeed. Hogwarts has much to offer a dedicated student. And what you learn in class will prepare you for challenges outside the classroom as well. Oh, but you're brave at heart. Exceptionally daring. Undaunted by the unknown. Willing to forge ahead alone when you must. Perhaps you belong in Gryffindor.
And I am a Gryffindor. I've done all the tests and questionnaires. I'm a Gryffindor. No matter what I do in the game, it seems like it gives me Gryffindor.
Better be Gryffindor!
I've tried different answers, and I don't know if it's because it's linked up to my other Harry Potter stuff. It gives me Gryffindor. That's kind of laggy right there.
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled. Enough! It's not as though I've banned flying altogether, but don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures.
Black and Weasley are the only
I'm
two
sure you will
families
have
that
plenty to
I've
do before
recognized.
classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you.
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir. As I was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Professor.
As Deputy Headmistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way.
That's whenever Dumbledore is in, I don't remember them having a
It's
deputy
most uncommon for a student to begin as
headmaster
a
or
fifth year.
deputy
This should be
headmistress.
quite an adventure.
I'm looking forward to it.
I remember the first time I entered the Gryffindor common room after being sorted.
I don't remember that position.
You were a
existing.
Gryffindor.
I am a Gryffindor. Never could remember the password when I was a girl, however.
And it would have been a
Password.
toss-up whether it would have been Professor Snape or
The
Professor
password
McGonagall.
is Grata Domum.
Probably McGonagall.
Grata Domum.
You may enter.
That alert came up. That's my old alert, though. It's huge.
Well done.
Hey, TDR,
Now,
thanks, buddy.
Go on in and
Yeah,
get
probably
some sleep.
McGonagall.
You have a big
I'd
day
prob-
ahead
that'd
of
be
you
my-
tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for
Especially
your first
with-
class.
Thank you,
At the
Professor
end,
Weasley.
knowing that
You're welcome.
they had a pact
I
and
hope
the
you
idea
enjoy your
was for
first
Snape
night
to
at
go into
Hogwarts.
cover and
Sleep well.
all that stuff, so at least that alert came up. Hey, thanks for the resub, buddy. Oh, hey, you got 5 points too. Let me see here. Or 5 tickets. Oh, wrong button.
Looks like everyone's gone.
User.
Let's head to the common room.
And yeah, I am. I'll get this, and I'll kind of. I'd already explained to Normie and Matt everything that's been going on. So yeah, I'm sore. Normie got me laughing at the beginning of the stream, and it hurt so bad. I can't really chuckle a whole lot. We'll see how long I can talk today and hold out. I'm feeling pretty good. My stomach hurts quite a bit, and my throat hurts. They went in and removed quite a few polyps from my stomach. So those got cut out, so that's why my gut hurts so bad and my stomach hurts. Those are all, they felt, by looking at them, he felt like they were benign, but they've got to get tested to make sure that I don't have stomach cancer. But he said he said they looked like they were benign by just physical appearance, but that could be misleading. And then in my colon, with the other direction that they went, I have a huge mass that almost has my colon blocked off, which is probably where I've been having the pain. So that is the big surgery that they're going to set me up for. They're going to go in and cut out a section of my colon. They also took a sample of that mass to make sure to see whether or not I have colon cancer. So potentially getting tested for 2 kinds of cancer. But again, he said he felt like the mass itself looked benign. It's just a mass that just needs to be removed. So he said that surgery there will put me down for about 2 weeks. Now, you know, probably once I'm up and about, I could probably video game for a while, but I just won't be able to probably do a lot of farming and stuff like that. So we'll see. So I'm trying to schedule that I actually want to get it done sooner rather than later because I need to be up and about for kitten season, which should start about March 15th. Could come a week early, so that's kind of where we're at. So that's what's going on. So yeah, I'm just sore. Be my boys. That'd be it. Throw the chest down here.
Revelio. Now, which way is the common room?
Locked.
Must be different, starting Hogwarts in your 5th year.
Can't unlock blue powder yet.
So lucky they didn't end up with Jordan.
Where's
I
the
hope
house?
the professor catches her this time.
House chest. You have to gather all these little tokens to put in there. A lot of stuff's interactable.
Still not working. Ugh.
But it's one of those. Well, yes, the boys could take care. Like they'll take care of the feeding and they'll do what I tell them to.
Wait, that's not right.
When it comes to the goats
I really
kitting,
thought I had it.
knowing what to look for, you know, and being right there and knowing how to deliver and getting like babies to nurse off of mamas, like just no one does it. Like I mean,
Still not working.
even my mom is the best at getting a baby to take a bottle. So when it comes to like we've got a baby that's not eating or drinking, and my mom will warm them up, and she is the best at probably getting a baby to take bottle. I'm decent, but she's better than I am. But like milking goats and actually putting babies, it is. It's one of those things though that it's crucial and critical that it happens at the right time and quickly, because baby goats are absolutely extremely fragile.
Perhaps I should.
It's one of those things I just don't want to mess around with, you know, and you know, I have no problem sitting down there and watching the goats and knowing when, you know, they're more interested in coming back here and getting on their PlayStations. You know, they're 15, you know.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's not a complicated spell. I should be able to do it non-verbally. Why is this not working? Oh, hello there. Welcome to Gryffindor. I'm Cressida.
Pleasure to meet you, Cressida.
Splendidly theatrical arrival to the sorting ceremony last evening. Made it in by the skin of your teeth. Is it true that you're Professor Fig's protege?
So I'm just going to try to schedule everything so that if they can, I go next Friday, find out the results, and they'll start scheduling my procedure. If I can get it scheduled like right away, I'm going to do it. Otherwise, I'm going to probably push it. If everything comes back benign, and I'll probably push it into April. That way I'll still get done well before hay season. I'll be after kidding season. So that's kind of where I'll be.
I'm not sure I'd say that, but I did study with him a little before we arrived.
Blast! I was hoping he might have given you some advice on non-verbal casting.
Is that what you were
with
trying
the way
to do just
scheduling
there?
goes, they may not get me scheduled that soon anyway.
Yes.
But we'll see.
Having a spot of trouble. I've mastered the charm using its incantation, but this is proving a bit trickier.
But thanks for the resub, by the way. I don't know if I said that or not. I think I was more focused on whether or not the alert came up. Thanks for the resub. You're at 3 months. For folks out there watching, I've been wondering if your choices make a difference in the outcome of the game. So I watched the streaming that I've watched from Avalanche. Does make a little bit of a difference on your relationships with various characters. I'm sure the overall main story outcome may not play a factor, but it might too, depending on what characters you have involved in the end. Obviously there's the guy from Slytherin, Bastion. You've got Cressida here. There's a handful of people. Natty, obviously. So depending on who you duel with, and
Don't worry, you'll get it in the end.
Oh, I hope so. If I can get it, Professor Ronan's sure to be very impressed. I'm just going to keep at it.
Is it really that difficult to cast non-verbally?
Oh, yes. And if you don't get it just right, the results can be, shall we say, awkward. Once, I tried to cast Depulso non-verbally on a goblet in the Great Hall and ended up launching Professor Sharp's Yorkshire pudding into his face. He was not happy.
Do most students know how to cast non-verbally?
Not at all. Hogwarts doesn't teach non-verbal casting until the 6th year, and even then, many struggle with it. I'm simply trying to get ahead of the game.
Well, good luck with it. It was nice to meet you, Cressida.
You as well. Enjoy your first day.
Sometimes the prefect sits next to me.
Nelly will do anything for attention.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Nelly will do anything for a thrill.
Why is everyone so highly strung? It's perfectly safe. Well, hello. Don't mind me. I find it helpful to change my point of view now and again. Put things in perspective. Once I made it to the top of Gryffindor Tower, from the outside, without a broom.
Goodness.
I'm Nelly, by the way. Nelly Ogspire. I've heard rumors about what happened to you on your way to Hogwarts. Is it true? About the dragon?
Yes, our carriage was attacked by a dragon.
Crikey! I can't believe it. How thrilling! And also terrifying. Anyway, you've certainly brought some much-needed excitement to Gryffindor. And Hogwarts, for that matter.
Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine you would have met. Who do you duel with? So I have a choice of, I have Sebastian, who is Slytherin, or Natty, who is Gryffindor.
What exactly are the rumors about my journey to Hogwarts?
That you escaped a dragon attack? Isn't that enough? Most of us arrive via train or boat, not having just escaped the jaws of a dragon. Of course it's got people talking. Word travels fast at Hogwarts.
I'm also wondering whether or not you can get into other houses. I'm kind of interested to see, because I can see with Revelio, I can see the house chest for Slytherin. And I can, at the Slytherin door, I don't know if you know where it's at, but the door doesn't appear because I'm not Slytherin when I walk up to it. But I can see the other house chests with Revelio. But I'm just wondering if that's going to be a thing, if you're able to break into other house chests somehow or another.
I take it you're not afraid of heights.
It's something I've always done, since I was little. My mother once found me on the roof when I was 5. Still has no
I've been
idea
to
how I got
Ravenclaw
there.
Tower.
But with all the strange hallways
and
and
I
rooms in
found
the castle, and everything lurking in
Hufflepuffs, you
and
go
outside
through
the grounds,
the
you
kegs
don't
or
need to
whatever
scale
is
a tower to see
down in the
something
basement.
incredible here.
So I know where all the different entrances are.
I'd imagine most students have never seen a
But I
dragon.
just don't know if there's
Have
going to be
you?
a way later to
Goodness,
get into
no.
them.
And I've never heard of one attacking a carriage like that. Not enough meat in a carriage, I'd think.
I'm sure I'll be seeing you around.
You know what? You
either
don't
in our
see a lot of
common room or
Ravenclaw
when you
characters.
Scale your next tower.
You never know. Bye for now.
That I know of.
This is the first year my siblings
have a sip.
and I were
Go on.
together. Our poor mother doesn't
Sure you don't want
Weasley.
to try it? Brewed it myself.
I haven't did much with him
Hello.
the first playthrough.
You're the new 5th year. Pleased to meet you. I'm Gareth Weasley. Heard about your travels here. Can't believe it. Glad you and Fig are all right. Is it true that someone from the Ministry was with you in the carriage?
Oh, yes. A friend of Professor Fig's.
Oh, didn't mean to pry. Nasty business, dragons. Again, very glad you're here.
Thank you, Gareth. So am I. Are you related to Professor Weasley?
I am. She's my aunt.
I think a cool DLC would be like if you get, you know, obviously they've got all this built, Hogsmeade, and they could easily do a DLC where you would come back as like a first year or something, and you would, you know, you could get sorted. You could explore. You would do different classes as a first year, maybe, which would be a pretty interesting way to do things. With just a new story for that character, it wouldn't be hard for them to create multiple stories for different characters going through, you know, and they could add on. You know, they've got all the scenery built, so that's an easy, not easy, but it's easier. Let's see.
Does having your aunt here make things difficult?
More than you'd think. Most people assume I can't get into trouble or be given detention. But they're wrong. Aunt Matilda tends to treat me as if I'm a first year, keeps too close an eye on me. It's all a bit suffocating, to be honest. Still, she means well, and she's an incredibly powerful witch. She'll have your back.
Are you having butterbeer for breakfast?
Oh no. I've been perfecting a recipe I came up with over the summer. I'm almost there, based on some reactions that may need a bit more work.
Seems you enjoy brewing. Might I assume that you've a talent for potions of all sorts?
Well, as I see
you
it,
get
there's
to
little
your,
difference
room of
fundamentally
requirements?
between brewing a modification to butterbeer and a Wiggenweld potion. Though I'm not certain Professor Sharp would make the connection. He doesn't appreciate my creativity as
room
much
of
as you might
requirements?
think.
You got to the point where you unlocked a room of requirements?
Well, it was nice meeting you, Gareth, and thank you for the insights on your aunt.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Good luck today.
Yeah, okay. I didn't get there on my playthrough, I
Professor
just know about
Weasley's
it.
waiting for you outside the common room.
Oh, hey, Skyman. Oh, thanks for the raid, buddy. You have not been here yet. You're the only one that has not played their... so, all my subscribers get you have your own command, your intro. It is your username. As if you do BAM and then your username. Your own intro should play. God, it just went to no. It just went to an ad too. No. Sorry. So what I call BAM is the exclamation point. Sorry, it's a coder thing. So exclamation point or BAM, and then your. You're a trick. Oh, that's got to get changed. There we go.
You're a snitch to the blunder, I said.
Oh, hey Cherry. What's up? The House of Lithimus, yes. So this is my second playthrough. I had to restart. Yeah. I've done all the Facebook tests or quizzes and I always come up Gryffindor, so yeah, I'm a Gryffindor no matter what I put in. But we were talking Norm. I think because I did the quiz over no snakes here, all lines. But yeah, but I had surgery yesterday, so I can't get up and do a whole lot. So I decided to stream. I think Normie, he's a Ravenclaw, and Cherry, she's a Hufflepuff, I think. But I was 8 hours into the game. I was a level 13. I was on hard mode, and I got to a point where I could not get through combat. So, but I had surgery yesterday. They removed several polyps from my stomach. And then I've got a big mass in my colon. I'm going to be going back in. They're going to have to cut out a section of my colon. So I'm just kind of laid up right now. My stomach hurts pretty bad from them having to cut all that out. Anyway, they're testing everything for cancer. Obviously, there's a chance for stomach cancer. There's a chance for colon cancer. They said everything looked benign, but that's just visual. So obviously, once they get through with the pathology or whatever, yeah, they said everything looked benign. So we'll see. We'll wait for the pathology reports. But right now I'm just recovering from them cutting all them polyps out. And then hopefully, even if the big mass, which they felt like was close to blocking my colon off, which is where they think I've been having the pain, so that's got to get done sooner rather than later anyway. But yeah, so my kids are taking care of the farm. We were just kind of talking to TDR about that. We're close to kidding season for the goats, which is a critical time. So depending on what comes back with the pathology reports, if everything comes back benign and I'm able to delay into like April, I may do so. They may put it in April just due to scheduling. It may not even be something I push, but obviously, if they come back with a different scenario, then you know, so there's variables that I got to look at to see. But I definitely want to make myself available. I have to make myself available during kidding season. But I have to do it early enough that I don't get into hay season. So I either have to do it like right now, or I need to wait till April, because they said I'll be down for about 2 weeks after that surgery. So, but yeah. So anyway, I'm just kind of recovering today. Like I said, I was about 8 hours in. I had to restart. Hard mode is no joke. You come and do it. Absolutely. Hard mode is no joke on this game. I'm telling you. I told Norm, I don't know if it was because I did a lot of the puzzles and I leveled up faster than the story mode, but it got impossible to combat. Like, I was just getting owned, and I feel like I'm pretty good at combat, and I was just getting smoked. I've watched other people play on normal mode, and they've even, you know, combat is hard.
Good morning. I trust you're
I
ready
did not
for your first
expect
day
that
at
from a
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts game.
I've been dreaming of this day for a long
combat
time.
would be difficult.
Can't believe I'm here.
And
Well, you
don't
are
have that
here.
much of it,
Make the
but
most
it's
of it.
enough.
You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall
Tried
behind.
the first trial yesterday
Especially
for the main
as you'll
story.
be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams.
I don't know.
They will determine what type of career
Yeah, she's
you
a
can have when
Weasley.
you leave here.
If you haven't-
After much discussion with
So
the
this
headmaster and the
is,
Department of
I don't know
Magical
exactly.
Education
It's
at
like
the Ministry,
at least 100.
we've devised something extraordinary to
You
ensure your
figure,
success.
well, how Dumbledore was probably pretty old, and there's no sign of him right now.
Here you are.
Obviously, Weasley is a pureblood family that's been around for a long time.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put
Yeah,
it to
so the
the
Weasley
test.
family's been around for a long time. Like I said, they're a pureblood. I think
This
like,
way.
The stream I watched from the video, they said we're in the Victorian age. So let's see what years that would be. So 1837 to 1901. So basically we are sometime during the 1800s. Right. 100 years or so before Dumbledore attended. Well, I mean, so Harry Potter is set in the 90s, 1990s. Dumbledore is probably in his 80s. So, yeah, so he would have been born about 1910. So yeah, he would have attended probably, 1920. So, so this could be like 1840, somewhere around in there. Yeah, so it's back in the 1800s.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
Revelio.
Actually, while I was here, I'll get it later.
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings.
Thanks for alert, TDR. We'll be here.
Do keep up.
I'll probably stream this till late tonight at some point. And I should be around for farming. I feel pretty good. I just, like I said, just sore.
The guide appears to have some information for
He
you
started
about that
in
painting
okay.
of poor Barufio.
Wow.
Simply cast Revelio on it.
Revelio.
And we'll see what the guide says.
Yeah. Yeah, it's possible.
Going to harvest
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Okay. Yeah, they just said Victorian, which 1890 would be still in the Victorian age.
No time to waste. You've classes to attend. Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the
I didn't
castle.
know that about Dumbledore.
Open it up and find Central Hall.
Very anti-Muggle guy that did some crimes. You should see, which we haven't encountered them, the Malfoy family. You know, they're a pure blood family that's been around. You should see some Malfoys at some point. You know, I don't know how the Malfoy family is prior to, like, pre-Lucius. Obviously he's quite a bit younger. We should see, like, Lucius's father, maybe? Or grandfather? And you know, it just depends. I mean, obviously it's not like there's going to be a Malfoy in school all the time, so, you know, there's going to be a break there between a family member graduating and then before they have kids, and then would have people, you know, in school. Yeah. So there's a possibility that there's, you know, like the Weasleys, they always have a huge litter of kids. So there's always a Weasley at Hogwarts. Just because of the sheer number. Whereas like the Malfoy, you know, Draco was like their only child. So, you may not see as many of the Malfoys as you do other families. Yeah. Well, there is, like I said, you know, that I was just in the homeroom. There's a Malfoy, or not a Malfoy. There's a Weasley. He's the nephew of Professor Weasley. And I don't know if you see him. I don't know if you guys ever interact with him, not being a Gryffindor. Look, something of it. You do have potions, okay. Yes. Okay, yeah. Yep. Yeah, he's a potions guy. Southwing. I'm trying to talk at the same time. Alright. Okay. Find the academic points of interest. Okay. Alright, select the library. And she opens up Central Hall. And there we go. Fred and George in one person, yes. Yeah, and so see.
And here we are. quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
Well, obviously, she's a Weasley still, so she's unmarried.
Quickly from Central Hall.
So he very well could be. He could be the lineage that leads towards, you know, Fred and George and Ron and.
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station.
That could be Ron's dad's, you know, great grandfather or something. But she still has the Weasley name. That should be all
for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today.
Unmarried.
And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes. All terribly useful. I think you'll enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain.
I was showing the wands off earlier.
Shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade.
I'll try to turn
the
light
on for you.
You
will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
We have the, let's see if I can, my wonderful birch wand, and then we have the all-powerful one wand here. It was skinnier than I expected when I got it. Yeah, the Elder one, that's what that is. I call it the one wand, but yeah, the Elder wand. That's what that one is. It's got the little... Alright.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
See, if you guys...
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
These guys aren't following Norm. He plays a lot of art, plays some farm sim, truck sim. He's playing Hogwarts. I don't know if he's going to stream it any. But anyway, check out him. There's Mr. TDR. He's my farm sim partner. We will be most likely farming with him tonight. It'll be 9 o'clock my time. So, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours from now.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the
like,
devil, Professor Fig.
It won't work. I'm gonna
Your
do it manual.
ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new 5th year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you gave the ride
Dead Before
in one
Daylight
piece.
and...
Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts.
I
and
don't know
you
if you're
chose
still
to
doing
fly
any
in the path of a
Phasmophobia.
dragon.
I know Alpha does
I wouldn't
that.
say I chose the dragon's path,
and obviously
Professor.
she's been doing some Hogwarts
Although
as well,
unfortunately,
so.
it would seem that it chose us.
Very well.
You want to see
Enough
the
chit-chat.
Hufflepuff side of
I need
things?
to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor
Sherry
Fig,
will
to explain
gladly
the
show you
details of the field guide's map?
Some of the Hufflepuff
Of course.
stuff.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field
Part 2
guide.
this summer.
It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Alright. We gotta talk to Professor Fig.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's
Well, if you're not
interrogation
following any of
regarding
those
our
three
late
folks,
arrival?
please go do so. They're all three very, very good friends of mine, very good streamers. All have helped me out along my way, so go check them out.
I did try to evade her questions, though I feel a little deceptive. That said, I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Oh, this is talking about the... So we're gonna go to...
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies,
they called this
including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Charmed compass. So I was watching the stream today, and they were talking about, they've called that the golden compass, the enchanted compass, the magical compass. I guess they finally landed, obviously, on charmed compass, which was where they landed on what to call it. They had all these internal. They said all the different mechanics of the game. They have like these internal aims that they were using during development. You can definitely tell that the people that created this had the love for Harry Potter. Let's unlock this while we're here.
What am I missing?
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment.
Now,
Everyone thinks I'm
that-
utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty.
She's
But it's
Slytherin,
this
right?
painting.
That's
I never
Slytherin.
noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I
No.
do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
I think she's using maybe a no. See, Ravenclaw's blue, right? I forget what they are. Don't know all the. Let's see, okay. Anti-frame.
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind, but I'm not sure what to do next.
Are there any other empty paintings like this around the school?
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle, to be honest. If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with all of them. As good a place as any to begin.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have.
Alright.
Do come and find me if you stumble on something
Lumos.
illuminating that solves the mystery.
That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
It was. I forget where it was. Here.
Whoever decided to make Professor Black
Revelio. This looks like the location from the painting. Let's get you back to your frame, little moth.
Professor Black glanced at me.
Ha! I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
Yeah, level 2. Alright. Let's go talk to her.
We're quite fortunate the school's so close to Hogsmeade.
Before we do that. Got her underoos on. Okay, take that off. Alright. There we go.
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth! I should have seen that.
I should have known better than to buy something from a child.
Okay. I saw somebody. The other end.
Wouldn't be surprised if Professor Bint.
That. I'm gonna try to do a lot of these later. These are the things you unlock for the house. We gotta get to that quest. I try not to do too many of the puzzles just yet.
My
Okay.
parents were thrilled to hear that Black was being put in charge. Our families have been friends for decades.
It shows up right there. I'm also going to avoid some of the chests for now.
I thought about transferring to Beauxbatons just to get away from Professor Black and his iron
Okay. So let's go to... go here.
But then I remembered that I don't speak one.
Speaking of astronomy,
Revelio.
Pick up a few of these along the way. I just don't want to get, like I said, too much going on. Get a few of these early levels out of the way, though. Powder.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Make our way to our dark arts class. Unlock our flu powders. That shouldn't affect anything. Four more for your house chest.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable
We're still
is the
in the other
value
one.
of simplicity,
I'll write you down.
especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's
The next
practice what
tournament's
we've
already
just
almost
learned.
full.
Starting with something
Hey,
small.
bud. I assume you're on the bus on the way home. A little bit better. I still can't get up and do a whole lot, but yeah. So you're on your bus. You're on your way home. Okay. I'm streaming. You guys can knock when you get here or whatever, but just if you can hear me, you guys need to check to see where all we need to put out hay and check everything out tonight. I would say most likely we need to put 2 bales up at the farm. Make sure you guys are very careful with that back spear. You've seen how close I was to running into a cow the other night, so not hurt anybody. But anyway, just talk to me when you guys get home. I'll take a quick break from streaming and come out. Alright. Back in the game here. You got no mouse. Why don't I have... It didn't quite work.
Levioso.
I didn't have my little indicator or whatever. And I missed them.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Missed one of the deals, but trying to figure out where my cursor was. On the trials. I don't guess I've done any of the trials.
Let us begin with the basic cast.
Form a basic cast. Okay.
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier.
Levioso.
Good. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso.
Lucky. Nothing lucky about it.
Oh.
I know. Protego.
Leviosa can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
I do enjoy lively dueling.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I don't think I got any. Never hit me.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
5 points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence
that's
from my
another thing
students.
too.
They
That's
are
been my two
capable
critiques.
of achieving it, and
For one,
they must achieve
the
it.
Great Hall isn't
A
long
classroom
enough.
duel is one
And
thing,
two,
but battling
the
dark wizards, or as
the magical
ever more likely,
gauges for the
goblins,
houses for the House
is a
Cup
different
are not
kettle
active.
of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
That's been my two critiques
All
so far.
right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Alright, now that works.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice?
Yeah, so that's
It felt more like I was dueling an expert.
So the,
Sebastian
that's
Sallow, by the
Hufflepuff,
way,
the little lizard.
didn't expect a new
Kinda
student to be
goldish color.
so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself
Yeah,
lucky I held back.
The voice options
Fair enough.
are bad.
You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling
And I feel like
organization.
that wouldn't have been that hard. Like they put so much greatness in the game, and something as simple as are you sweet on old Sebby?
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent.
I see.
Knew I was
Now,
right
in the
about
previous cutscene,
If
I
you
was
want to get
taller
the
than he
most
was.
out of your time at Hogwarts,
In this cutscene,
you're
he's
going
taller
to
than
need to
I
break
am.
the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you.
I
I'm
think
sure I'll see you
obviously
soon.
some
Perhaps
height,
somewhere unsanctioned.
some
We'll see
physical
if your performance
character,
today was sheer luck
like everybody's
or
the same
actual
body.
skill.
So
Look
I
for
think a
Luke
little
and
bit with
Brattleby
the
near the
character
clock tower
creation.
entrance. If you're interested.
And I get that goes
Till
into
next
your modeling software with gear and all that. I don't know how hard that would have been.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
but it must be below.
Revelio.
What do you want?
Lumos.
Do a few of these while we're around. That one is, I forget where that was. That one's down below, I think. It's gonna be a little tricky to figure out where you're going. How was this far down?
Revelio. Lumos.
Up the circle on that one. You turned around pretty easily.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was.
Interesting ring.
A lit area. Remember, right? So easy to get turned around. Oh, sorry. Sorry, excuse me. That out. There's the picture. There's the cat. So, for Jerry, and somebody else I watch pets all the cats too. Anyway, they were asking in the Avalanche stream today that they need an achievement for petting every cat in the game. They didn't respond to the request, but they were asking for it. Maybe it was through. Oh, not out there. Okay. I remember looking for that one. That was kind of weird. Typically too far away. Going up, maybe. Wait a minute, this is right. This is over. There he is.
Revelio.
Anything else I want to do up here if I go there?
Lumos.
There's a little butterfly. Figure I'll try to do a puzzle or two in between each class piece without going too crazy. I don't know if I need to open all chests. Alright, we need to go up. It is very easily for me to just get sidetracked on puzzles.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Some of us
So I
don't
guess
necessarily want him
lime
to go back
green
to the
is the
lesson.
Hufflepuff.
Tried what I thought was a smoothing elixir for my hair.
Slytherin.
I think I was tricked.
Yeah, so that's a Ravenclaw right there. Yeah. So.
My family and I travel somewhere every summer. I'm dying to visit Romania.
Oh, I know.
Flesh.
I tried
So
to brew some
I
immortality once. It was an
I'll tell you
awful
what,
disaster.
though, when you start doing those,
Do you think it's possible to spend time
they call them like
with
Luridian or the Luridian
Father writes
keys
to me every week
for
asking
the
about classes,
for the house
and wondering if I've made
for the
any
house
friends.
chest.
I dread mail.
I tend to just I work on those late at
in
night
Great Hall, I simply
because you
couldn't.
can run around.
My aunt made some Amortentia once because she wasn't getting along well with my uncle.
I did that. I've got one plane that's a
My
four-seater,
entire family's been sorted
and
into half, except for me, that is.
it's really fast and can go for a long way. It's my fly around and fix my screw-up plane. Like I'll be like, oh, there's a 1 or 2 passengers left here or whatever, and
When it's time to come back. My brother just started at Hogwarts as a Gryffindor.
Revelio.
was a good class here. Well, yeah,
Here.
sure.
Behind you. There is an open seat
Got 30.
here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Oh, nice.
Shall we begin?
Yeah.
Welcome to year 5.
I don't know
of
if you
jazz.
guys had,
now,
if
this
you
will
had
be
noticed.
a crucial year in your education.
So
on
when
the
I
art
was
of
taking
charm
all
work.
the jobs
But I
for
am
the VA,
confident that
I had
you will
clicked
take
a
hold
box on
with
the
a passion
setup, and it was
rigor
assigning them
requisite
all to
of
me.
such a
I had to
challenge.
go and
Right.
unassign
Now,
all those
everyone,
jobs.
please open
You guys
your
are probably
textbooks
like, why is
to
he
page
taking every job in the
517?
thing? I
But
didn't mean to do that.
Before we begin,
No.
can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone?
As I was just accepting them for the VA, it was assigning them all
I
to
am
me, and I was
afraid
like, I don't
it
want
is
that.
too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Stinking Ravenclaw. Looking around, trying to figure out what's going on. Typical. Now I got my mouse back.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
Hey, Speedo. Little
So
Harry
why
Potter.
don't we have our newest student start us off?
Little Hogwarts. New,
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory. Very good. That's it! Splendid! Happens to the best of us.
I knew I'd overshot that one just a little bit.
Very good. Points to Gryffindor. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let us see this. That is how it's done.
Very good.
Watch this.
Oh, give me that one. There we go.
I know everyone is watching, but try not to be nervous. You are doing quite well.
Oh, yeah?
Accio.
Come on. Oh,
Nicely
there
done.
we go. There we go.
Here we go.
What? They didn't take her points away.
Concentrate, Natsai.
There we go. It knocked it down that time. First time I got her with 0 points. I knocked every one of hers off.
Not that I mind.
I could probably play this game all the time. I almost wish there was a mini game of this where you could go and play. I don't know if they let you do this again.
Do not think I will start going.
Shit.
A perfect score. Remarkable. Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this. Phew.
Accio.
What down, slow down. Yeah.
Don't lose your composure.
Watch this. That is how it's done. You are not making this easy for me, are you? Here we go! There we go. I know everyone's watching, but try not to be nervous. You are doing quite well.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Cherry, do they offer that game again?
Good game back there.
Anywhere?
I must admit,
You've noticed?
I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
I guess I've been to divination class, so I ran into her mom.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Ouagadougou a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand.
You know, you've got so much other good content that they could create for future stuff. You've got obviously that school there, which I wasn't familiar with Ouagadougou. You've got the the all-girls school from Goblet of Fire. You've got then the other school, which. You know, they talk about Goblet of Fire, the Tri-Wizards champion, and they kind of alluded that there was only those 3 schools. So to come up with this school here, this Ouagadougou that I'm not familiar with, so. I gotta use one.
Spells cast without a wand must be less powerful than those cast with a wand.
No, not at all. Wizarding magic cast without a wand is just as powerful. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however,
of course,
that
the
I am
Tri-Wizard
quite
champion,
fond of
I mean,
using
they may
wand.
just have included to only include those 3 schools. And there could be, I guess, schools all over the place that, that don't necessarily get included in that.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Ouagadougou, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting.
I hope they do more stuff.
Until next time.
For sure.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well,
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that. Cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
A word, if you would.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor.
Everybody's having a good Friday out
Miss
there.
Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.